Politics? Far too aloof. So that informed decision as you're stood in the polling booth, ballot paper in hand, what do you do? With the problem with politics, there's too many fat white lies from fat white Eton boys who speak RP, spin PR and can't empathise to inspire you to use your vote wisely. It's their lies that stand proud, while the truth lies buried, abused, and that's contrary to what we are entitled to. These politicians seem to inhabit a different world with different rules. Watch our every move with incredulity as a king would his courtyard fools with disdain. That's the reason we, the electorate, fail to connect with these selected bodies elected. It's insane, the unrequited respect. Those that legislate struggle to relate. The common experience lacking, they've nothing in common with us, the common lackeys. We're a mass, crass, faceless, shapeless, deformed, distant, abstract concept to them. Maggots in a fisherman's pox-riddled bait box, prepped for those big, privileged political lips to suck away every last underclass drop of mistrust and indecency that they think resides in us. We, you, me, we're hooked to this institutional apartheid, which goes deeper than skin pigmentation. It's darker than ignorance. Elitist indoctrination. Good, old-fashioned, great-grand relatives' inheritance provision. Old money, the establishment. Power to the exclusive few who were born winning. No clues for who's born losing within those first few seconds of the delivery room. No safety net worth from birth. See, I must be short-sighted as I fail to see how the meek is supposed to one day inherit this earth when that soil's already claimed by some past duke who lies interred and whose parasitic descendant still feeds off that inherited earth. You get the idea. Politics is a simple case of them and us, the ruling class v the proletariat. A complex bag of clandestine handshakes, patted backs and backhanders, the deliberate use of complex language to baffle and confuse the masses, switching answers to questions in interviews that are so scripted and candid, so blunt in their function that the avoid answers demanded so they're never ever caught red-handed. The same platter of lies, served time after time, year after year, soundbite responses. And I yearn for a hero. To step onto the political stage, cut through the BS. Help us all to engage, no matter your wage, no matter your sex, no matter your class, no matter your age. Let's change these awful, heartbreaking, soul-destroying stories of working class folks who for some reason turned Tory. Who, during their dreams of making a bit more money, a misguided, lopsided, right-leaning stance flourished. My, oh my, Opic. Dough in pocket, it's self-preservation, socialism's dead, they cry. Bring on privatisation. Okay. Take Roger. A working-class builder, skilled in his field, made so much money bewildered. New money, new glory, new life narrative story. Feared his tax would be attacked, so he voted for Tory. But gory the story, his daughter at 40, her breast became sore, so sought treatment, unsure if she'd discovered a lump, swollen tissue. Not incurable if you diagnose it in time, but due to waiting list issues, she died from the tumour. The rumours then spread that within hours Roger was also pronounced dead. The shock to his heart from the news as he sat in his vest didn't kill him at first, that was more like a test. It was his cardiac system which foreshadowed his doom, which played out in grotesque style like a pathetic fallacy echo of an itchy and scratchy cartoon. The reason for death? Further cuts to the NHS. And Roger's 6-hour wait stuck in an ambulance in a hospital car park without proper provision due to no hospital beds. It's hard to comprehend that when you're voting, I guess. Too late for regrets. It's not just families and hospitals suffering, educational institutions stripped of their funding, forced academisation, fallacies, what are they better performing? The system needs updating, they say, as they nostalgically think of a rose-tinted past and of better days when Thatcher closed down all the pits, exported all our coal away, carbons of pits, communities stripped of their soul. But hey, that's all in the past. Now we're fracking for gas. Pollute water tables, tremors, northern communities still screwed in the... Brexit? You're still interested? Nah. Should we mention the deficit? Nope. Instead, let's discuss, if we must, our political heritage and evidence of MPs that are now dead from the 70s, having sex, sniffing coke, giving head, licking rectums of underage kids in secretive bedsits. Protection was mentioned. I don't mean contraception. I mean those mean old inner circles that hid those pedos and any chance of identification. Nothing's changed much. See how they still screw the most vulnerable. By defending the benefits cap. Families forced to use food banks living in converted office blocks in the middle of nowhere because their bedrooms were taxed. Incidentally, what's the percentage of poor black kids getting stabbed by gangs compared with the number of rich white kids out there getting shanked? You do the math. In fact, speaking of math, when the corona affected their class, didn't take them too long to start finding some cash. Did it? Does the state want to protect us? Is it really evident? And is there enough evidence of these alleged imminent threats from these simmering immigrants to instigate scrapping the Human Rights Act? This ain't fiction, it's fact. And as a matter of fact, every jerk in that cabinet's policy plays out like a knee-jerk reaction. Their plan of action from their reaction, they want to kick down the unions. I digress. Oh, buffoons and hooligans. Whose rights are being wronged? So many bosses abusing them. Those 0-hour contracts, a deliberate idiom, an idiotic symbol of the wrong kind of capitalism. It's a blow. It's a strike. And we have another tuition fee hike. Some red tab readers moan and they cry but still lean to the right, and that's their right, but it's often those who lose out in this fight. And I bite. And I chew my pencil, stood in that polling booth, ballot paper in hand. I know what I'm programmed to do. Because no matter how complex, corrupt, confusing and just messy the system is, we all do what we do in the pursuit of our truth. And to be honest, as long as you use that vote, I'll give my full respect out to you. I just know that I see red when I see how unjust our society can be for some, and I hope that doesn't include you. But don't think of even calling me yellow just because I say that I'll never vote blue.